And we are live. Peace, and Black Power family. Welcome to another episode of Do Knowledge Radio, place where knowledge is born. This is your host, Knowledge Born a Lot, and I fucked around and got Christmas twice in a week.
I
So
owed you
fuck
this.
what y'all talking about. Santa Claus is real. You understand what I'm saying? Because I got a gift like a motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying? So, shout out to whatever is making us stay at home, because I wouldn't have got this shit twice. I probably would have got it once. You understand what I'm saying? So I looked up and got it twice. So Santa Claus is real. You see what I'm saying?
Santa
Mr. Fuck
Claus.
last year is in the building,
Yeah.
fresh off some hot exclusive shit. So he literally mean fuck last year. He mean fuck yesterday because he just did some shit today. You understand what I'm
Right. That part.
saying? My
Very true.
brother, West Coast legend, lyrical assassin, spitter, you know, aka you never know what the fuck he gonna say next. Welcome to the show, my brother Ras Kass.
Again,
Peace,
I'm
somebody.
happy to be
Again,
back. Happy to be back. Trying to do the knowledge. You know what I mean? So yeah,
That's
I'm
it.
back. I told you I would fall back through because I was kind of running and it's not enough time in the day to do everything you want, especially
Right,
now with everything slowed up. But
right.
yeah, man, I'm glad to be here, man. We just shot video, so I'm just now getting back in the house.
Mm. Yeah, can't wait to see the joint. You know what I'm saying? Can't wait to see the joint.
I think
I
it's gonna
was
be
going,
ill.
I was going through some shit yesterday, and
Hmm.
I said, "This motherfucker Rascast is on some shit." I listened to the joint you did with the Jizza. I said, so not only was was he working with Freeze, you know what I'm saying? You found a way to sneak in some shit with Jizza. I was like, this is fucking
Oh, you had
bananas.
never heard you hadn't heard those two records. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
me that was on the Think Differently project.
yeah,
Uh, yeah, so yeah, me and Jizza, we got two joints on that project,
yeah. I mean, that shit was
and yeah,
crazy. Both of the joints was
yeah.
crazy. Like the whole album was crazy. Like that's that. You don't have a box. So think differently is like your lifestyle. You understand what I'm saying? So like that's how I would describe it. You see what I'm saying? Like so lyrically, I mean. So if you're looking at it from that perspective, like that was you was the perfect fit for the project. You see what I'm saying? So yeah,
You're right.
crazy, crazy shit. So crazy. I
Bucket
went back
list, I got
to
two.
you got two.
No, I'm saying
What
bucket
is
list. I
that?
got two with Jizza. Come on, man, it's bucket list. I thought,
Uh,
I was gonna get one. I got two
uh,
with Liquid Swords. So
right. With liquid swords. Shit.
yeah, man. So
Yeah.
very very grateful, very blessed to share the mic with the Wu Tang lyricists, man.
Yeah. He said my preliminary attack keeps cemeteries packed. I said, what the fuck? I said, what the fuck? Like, I was like, all right, okay,
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. I mean, his bars, bro, deadly, man. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, his darts, as 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 as
Yeah.
RZA would say, his darts,
Yeah.
razor sharp.
uh, love it. Love it. Love it. So your motivation to keep being creative. Do you got times like we spoke about one in the last interview? Do you got times when you be like, I wrote that shit? Like, where the fuck did that come from? You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And what's in there in the midst of it all that keeps you, you know, elevating, creating, and grinding like a motherfucker.
Good questions. I'll say to answer the first part. Many times I've kind of I see songs as time capsules because I'm usually just venting and I'm in real time and I'm usually just
Right.
talking about shit that I was having conversations about, and then I write that thought down because I'm trying to capture. what's behind closed doors and put it to the forefront. That's kind of how I write. Like it's usually based off conversations, things I've really said in real time, and then I'm like, that's how I feel. Let me write this down and remember to put this in a rhyme because this is how I truly feel. Like when the gloves come off, when I'm not being politically correct, when I'm passionate, when I'm angry, when I'm sad, when I'm just with my niggas, if I'm talking to my mother, so that's sometimes it surprises me about the time capsule. Like, damn, that's how I felt. You know,
Mhm.
like that part is always interesting, and especially in the construct of an album. Now I'm going through all these different emotions: anger, competitiveness, happiness, lust, all these different
Right.
emotions. All these songs are capturing all these different feelings, and so that's the real time capsule is the project, within itself. To answer the second half of it, I would say I thought I'd only have enough uh, information, or I felt like I would have vented everything out by 5 albums because I signed a 5 album record deal, and I figured, yeah, by 5 you quit. I don't won't have anything else to say, and and life just kind of took me on these turns, and I haven't ran out of shit that I want to say because and so that's the thing because I'm like looking backwards, and some not often, but sometimes you reflect on shit, and I'm like, if I knew then what I know now, or I doubled down on this, and so I thought I wouldn't have any material, and I would quit after 5 projects, and I literally have 2 other projects I'm writing simultaneously because I got a lot of shit that I life is a to quote Scarface, it's not the nicest thing to say, but life's a bitch, then you marry one. Give a bitch a seed, then she carry one.
That's
Uh,
right.
you know, but we love her. Life's a bitch, but we love her. Uh, you know,
Right.
um, and I keep finding these experiences, whether it's joy, whether it's feeling like I got the short end of the stick, my competitiveness, whatever. I just have these things that I feel like I want to express. And for me, again, it's the time capsule. We don't live forever, but what do they say? Vita brevis, ars longa. Life is short, art is forever, art is long. So
Right.
I'm thinking, when I wrote my first album, I was writing it kind of to myself, and then after my first album, I was writing it to my twins, to my sons, and so I was really kind of writing a narrative, like so they could understand me. And now I'm kind of writing, I'm writing this shit, when I pass. Like I'm gonna actually write my death album that I want my sister. I won't give it to my mom, but I'm gonna write everything I really think about all these rap niggas and everything I really, really think. And after
Mm.
3 years, my sister, because your mom puts, Tupac would never have no disrespect, but Pac would not have done a song with Nas. No disrespect. But see, mom started
Right.
doing remix these albums and posthumous, and then you're on these records that niggas was not fucking with. So I want my
Right.
sister to put out this album, and and then it'll be album will be called I forgot the name of it. What it's gonna be called? I think it was uh it's too late now. So I'll be like, fuck you, fuck you. You're a bitch ass nigga. Eat my dick. I never liked
Woo.
you. What's that shit when the Chappelle movie when
Yeah. Half
when the homie
baked.
was quitting?
Yeah.
Yeah, half
Yeah.
baked when the homie was quitting.
Yeah.
He's like, "Fuck you. You're cool."
Yeah.
Yeah, that. So I'm gonna just do that 3 albums, like 3 years after my death, whenever that is. So I have to really write honestly and kind of just say the things I want to say, and then like it's too late. What are you gonna do? You can't ban me. Too late, nigga. I'm dead. I'm gonna
Right.
say that too. I'm dead, bitch. Doesn't matter. And don't try to act like you were my friend, nigga. You was a piece of shit. You fucking weirdo. All the dirt I know on niggas, tell all they dirt. Like you
Right.
bitch ass nigga. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Can't wait. Yeah. So yeah, fuck it, man. Be like, it's too late. You can't politically ban me, nigga. I'm dead, nigga. Fuck you.
Right.
Yeah, let me get it all off my chest, bro. So I have a lot to write, apparently.
That's what's up. I love it. And it would be you. You see what I'm saying? Somebody else, I'd be looking crazy, but it would be you. You see what I'm saying? Like that's what it is. So these projects.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
These projects that you're working on, if you was to chart your time in regards to, like we kind of went to where you were for certain things, how has your writing style changed as you have evolved, life experiences, things like that, or you know, has it kind of been the same, the way through?
It always varies. Sometimes I'm writing a whole bunch of. Sometimes I'm a very competitive, like MC, uh, uh, like lyrical. I would say like more battle rap lyrical shit. And sometimes I'm writing. It's more vent where I'm kind of expressing exactly where I'm at. So I'll give you a prime example. Evidence's record, when Ev asked me to be on the red carpet uh, with with uh, with Raekwon with the Alchemist beat, I love the record. I was really at a bad place, and I was, like kind of I was sick for one. I had a cold, um, and I was feeling some type of way, like with towards my sons. I was feeling like some family issues. I was having family issues, and I wrote it that way, and I just wrote it to them, and it was kind of sad. It was a very melancholy verse, and I remember looking at it like, damn, this is probably not what he expected me to write, but this is just where I'm at, and that's what came out, and I'm grateful that he was like, wow, man, like it's a powerful fucking verse, whatever, it's ill, and and the fact that I had a cold, and you can hear it. But that's what makes it what it is. That's that time capsule. I actually do remember him later, because everybody had recorded out on the same mic except for me. And right before he put it out, he's like, Raz, would you mind sonically, using the same mic? And I was like, honestly, if that's who I was and I can't redo it. I mean, I totally would understand if if you had to take me off and replace it because it's not the same mic. But I don't think for me it wasn't about the same mic. It was about that time in my life and how I felt that day. Because I think I wrote it that day and recorded it that day, and I was like, I can't ever duplicate that. It would be false, and I have to leave it as is. Whether you take it or not. And I'm very grateful to Ev and Al for understanding that. And I think we made an amazing record that resonates around the world. You know what I mean? So, that's like a go-to record. People love, hip hop heads, dig that record. So, yeah, man, I think for me it's about just trying to be as true to the moment as possible. Um, and most times that's going to be writing on the spot and recording, or writing. Like I try to write and record within a week, just because that's how I was feeling, and it's more about the vent
Right.
for me. I don't like to like have a lot of pre, like I got these 10 songs and I'm gonna wait and go do them all, after 2 months, because they're just these innate feelings that I was feeling at that time that I'm trying to get out. Um, if it's something that's a little more like Nate, like White Power on the last album on Solo Nights 2. If I'm writing things like that, that's more academic. It's not emotional. So when I'm doing history, I can step away and make sure my references are right and I'm saying the right information. But if I'm speaking on some emotional shit or just the human journey shit, I'd rather get that human journey out while I'm in that mood.
So that motivation behind Stolen Nights, I remember, I know the book, many of us know the book. So how
Hmm.
much of that being where you from And that influence of that particular culture kind of bleeds through in real life experience for you.
I'm not sure if I understand exactly what you're asking.
So like Eldridge Cleaver, Stolen Ice, the book, you see what I'm saying? Um, and the culture of nationalism, the culture of the Panthers, the culture of
Okay.
that, tumultuous time in the community. You see what I'm saying? How you meld all of that together and then boom.
Well, for me, one of the big standouts in and people are always quick to point out that Eldridge Cleaver didn't end up being the most liked or beloved black leader. Soul on Fire and all this other shit. But it wasn't about that for me. I think what resonated with me about Eldridge Cleaver's book is I was already starting to get knowledge of self. So uh, me and he's at this point Terrence X of the Carson Mosque. Um, Me and Terrence started getting knowledge of self at the same time around like seventh grade. I started
Mm,
asking questions that the church couldn't answer, whether it was black church, whether it was Catholic church. Uh, History teacher couldn't answer it. Nobody could seem to answer these very, to me, linear logic. Where's Santa Claus come? What the fuck? Why is Jesus white? Like, what is this? Like, doesn't say that even in this book. Like, why is
mm,
there a white guy all the time? What I don't understand. Why do rabbits? When do rabbits lay eggs? I don't understand Easter.
right.
Rabbits are mammals. They don't lay eggs. So what are we doing here? And so when I asked those questions, they didn't make sense for me. We were stepping in, and I was getting introduced to whether it was 5%, whether it was Nation of Islam, whether it was Sunni, whether it was Moorish Nation. You know, I was just whether it was just academic, like collegiate books, black, just uh, history books. Not necessarily written by black people, just facts. Give me the facts. When I went on the journey, I just wanted to understand what the fuck is going on here. What planet do I live on? I don't understand this shit. And because none of it, would add up. What really struck me about Cleaver's book was it wasn't linear. It was basically these little segments of his experiences and how he felt about them. I actually allude to him, uh, sons raped the lady, killed a tramp, the wrong action for the right motive. So now, and that was alluding to him. He went to jail. He's taking out his animosity, but
Right.
he's raping white women and having to own up
Right.
to that. You don't because white men raped our women don't mean we go out and go do that. That's sometimes you don't match that kind of savagery with that kind of savagery. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I could see how somebody could. You understand what I'm saying? Hurt people. And so what I found was him dealing with his good, his bad, and his ugly, and not necessarily linear again. So it was like, oh, this I had this experience and it was really positive, and then I did this, but I did this before, and then it was really fucked up. And then this shit was kind of funny, but then this happened. So it wasn't a linear story. And I felt like that's life. You kind of have these little memories, things that stand out. You
Right.
don't necessarily remember them in order, not chronologically. But you get whatever you were supposed to get out of them that hopefully form a better human being. And that's what captivated me and made me want to name my project. If I ever got an album, I knew I was gonna name it Soul on Ice. I was in juvenile hall when my no, I was in juvenile hall when I got that book. My mom gave me that book amongst other books when I was already in jail in kid jail. So and it wasn't necessarily something I would have really read, uh, but it was engaging, and I could see like you know you, we're mad at our father. We're mad at our, we're mad at our circumstances. We're mad at being
Right.
poor. We're mad because people hate us just because of our skin color. We're mad at our own people because they think their skin color is better than ours because one is lighter or darker. Like, there's so many fucking complications with being the original man of this planet, and the mind fucks that we do to us, as well as outside forces. And dealing with that is going to create what they say, too much pressure busts a pipe. So a lot of us are busted pipes. And how do you heal that is what I was going through. It was trying to figure out. There was a time when I didn't drink. All I did was study, with the moles. And, um, you know, uh, I didn't drink for a year, man. My palms sweated every day trying to solve the black, the, the so-called black man's condition. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like, I couldn't solve it. I just didn't really sleep, and my palms incessantly sweat. And I was at my purest form. No, there's no drug, there's no poison or whatever. But I realized that I'm not here to solve it all. I can't. That's not my job. I can do the best. I have to be the best me I can be. And even when you bring solutions, have n- n- you know, you could do the Nation of Islam that the 85% is deaf, dumb, and blind, so they don't want to hear shit. You
Right.
know what I mean? So you can tell, you can bring the solution, and they kill you for it. Your own, let alone the system that won't benefit. So, for me, it's just been that journey, just uh, to want to be better, to understand that I have some personality defects that I enjoy, and to be honest, I mean, I think I live in a world where people pick sides based on who they want to be. Uh, nobody does information about who their heritage is, what their real bloodline is. Everybody makes up whoever they think they are, and they play games
Mm.
based on ass kissing white men. That's the world I live in. So
Mm.
everybody, every culture, whether it's Asian or Latino or black or whatever or whoever, they say, "Oh, I'm this," but we're the light ones. We're like more like the white people. They ass kiss white men. The rapist, the
Mm.
guy that raped them and fucked them over, that's who
Yeah.
most people want to be. And that's a crazy planet to live on. From a scientific point of view, it makes no sense. From a strategic standpoint, it makes no sense. From a survival, like, everybody's against their own survival because they need to suck the white man's dick. I've never understood that. The biggest predator in every culture, no matter who you are, was a European, whether you're Filipino, a Japanese, a Chinese, a Nigerian, a Mexican, a Puerto Rican, a Dominican, a Native American. Who fucks you? A white man, an Irishman, a British, a Spaniard,
Right. Mm-hmm.
a Portuguese, a Dutchman, a German, and you'll ask him to be like him. Weirdest shit ever. A fucking, and then people look at me like I'm the crazy guy for pointing that out. Yeah. So I'm writing music that I know people are going to discover later. Whenever whatever needs to happen, if we have to kill all the people that think that love their rapist daddy, the white man, when this world changes, I'll be recognized then. And I understand that.
Mm. So with this latest record that I heard, fuck last year, this it was
Yeah.
phenomenal. So putting everything together, it's so many ways I could go in my mind, but I want to know where you went in your mind for this challenge that you issued to the world, i.e., via rhyme form.
Oh man, if I only knew, if I knew then what I knew now, I would have said fuck last year and this year. Because this year sucked ass, man. I can't wait until 2021 so I can re-sing fuck last year. But that's what it was meant to
Yeah.
be, was to not live in the past, and to move on. And honestly, uh, in its most purest form as a fan, it's an ode to Prince. I always thought
Mm,
1999 was brilliant. This nigga made a New
yes,
Year's record that could play
yes,
for, I don't know what year Prince made 1999, but it was probably the 80s.
right.
And and that record, it was a hot ass record. It rocked. It was a New Year's record, and it had legs. Like you could keep playing. It's like whoever invented Happy Birthday song, the birthday song. Even
Right,
50s,
right.
Go Shorty, it's your birthday. That
Yeah,
song is gonna be
yeah.
able to play forever. You know what I
Forever,
mean?
forever. Yes.
Right. It's just one of them songs that is brilliantly arranged. You know, conceptually, it does something. And so for me, my challenge, I always wanted a New Year's song, and uh, it finally hit me. Time flies. Fuck last year. Fly. Um, and that's usually, what we do is like whatever was last year. Maybe all sun, whatever that New Year song is. Uh, they all be forgotten.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about that. Like, yeah, fuck it. Like, I wanted a hip hop New Year's uh theme song, and and Green gave me that beat, and it just sounded kind of tick-tocky. To me, like it sounded like the beat was ticking a little bit, like a clock, like the inside of a clock, the beat, and it just triggered all the shit. So, shouts out to DJ Green Lantern, man.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now.
All right. Yeah, train had blinked out on me.
Yeah, yeah, I saw, I
For
saw,
me
I saw your
walking,
pinwheel. Yeah,
I got took up on the wheel and shit. You know what I'm saying? So me walking through, this record, hence the title of the show today. Timing is everything. You know what I'm saying? That that
right,
that shit at the beginning, I was like, because I listened to all of the versions and everything. You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, that was just amazing. You see what I'm saying? Because timing is everything, but time don't exist. You see what I'm saying?
right,
Timing is everything, but time don't exist. You see what I'm saying? So that
right,
that that balance in between it, they were like, that was remarkable timing, that was perfect timing, and time don't exist. You see what I'm saying? But
right,
this instrument used to measure existence at the same time. You see what I'm saying? So once something
right,
comes into existence, it can be weighted and measured. You see what I'm saying? So you're dealing
right,
with the decisiveness of being precise and on time with something that could be weighted and measured because it manifested in physical form. But these things were
right,
thought forms and they are timeless. So alluding to there is no such thing as time. You got a now, and then you look at it again and say, out with the old and with the new. Fuck what you did. It's
right.
about what you do.
What
You
it
see what I'm
do?
saying? So it's like, right. So you're not resting on your laurels, like, hey, I did this shit. Like, no, you're still here. You still have life, and proof of life is movement. So let's
Right,
move. You understand what I'm saying? But
right,
let's move with that renewed spirit of what yesterday was. What lessons did we
right,
take? What did we extrapolate? What jewels did we garner? And then let's move this way. I said this shit is fucking brilliant, and I ain't heard a verse yet. You understand what I'm saying? Like this shit is brilliant. I ain't heard a verse yet. You see what I'm saying? And listening to both versions and the remix in the place where my brother Gensu walked me lyrically without me hearing lyrics, the beat. You see what I'm
right,
saying? Like if you listen to the instrumental, it takes you into a place like some zen ass West Coast. All the elements are there. You see what I'm saying? So it's like all of the intricacies.
yeah. Gensu
Can
put
you hear
his
me?
foot in it. Like it's such. And you're right. It is some Zen. It's kind of West Coast. It's like some. It's. I can't even find the right word for it, but it's kind of trippy. Like you know what I mean? I like spacey. You know
Yeah.
that for me. I was thinking Clockwork Orange. A few different
Mm,
things. Just all these. That's kind of what we did in the video was kind of fuck with the Clockwork Orange thing, and Yeah, the remix is just so wavy, man. And shouts out to Payne for gunning down on that remix.
Yeah, yeah. He got disastrous on that motherfucker. I was like, this is nuts. Like for me, the richness is from start to beginning. You know, it's from start to ending. I mean, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's something. It's so layered. It's so much stuff that's there. Like it's crazy. So I'm like, I'm trying to figure the concepts because I'm a person who still listens to lyrics. I'm one of them corny motherfuckers who don't, but just bob their head to the beat like somebody who's listening to the words. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and trying to
Right.
figure out where the artist's mind was, where the writing was. You see what I'm saying? So I could get a chance to see it. So I went nuts with the whole line for line, with you explaining yourself. You see what I'm saying? Like, you like that shit was so fucking crazy to be able to hear it. Like I always wanted to know. So I'm like, I was like, did he do 3 Card Money? Hell yeah, he did 3 Card Money. I said, motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying? And then you took me in the time machine back to the joint. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm on the bus listening to, you know, the CD. You see
Right.
what I'm saying? I'm on the
Right.
bus coming
Right.
coming from UPS, holding on to the rail and shit. I got 310 and 314 and Section 8 with multiple 180s. I'm like, I'm there. You understand what I'm saying? Like that shit was crazy. Like that shit was so nuts because music does that. It'll take you back there. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? And then
Yeah.
then you like, oh shit, 304, like on the motherfucking beeper. I'm looking at the beeper
The
and I'm seeing
beeper,
that
you see
shit
it?
come across
Right.
and turning the motherfucker upside down. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, damn.
Right.
So
Right.
so descriptive. It might just sound cool to somebody else, like, oh, he just flipped that. Like, no, you don't got that. You missed that shit right there. You missed
Right.
that whole shit right there. You see what I'm saying? On Section 8 with multiple 187s, I was
Seven.
like, oh god damn. Like that shit put you in a place. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I
So
mean, but if you didn't live that, then you can't relate to that
right,
beeper with the and turning it upside down. You know what I'm saying?
right,
So it's
right,
supposed to, like even more than music. Sometimes I watch a lot of, I'm a movie buff because
yeah,
now not only do they have music to make you feel a certain way, there's dialogue, and then somebody has to act out that dialogue, and then they have to have the visual for it, and to have all
right,
those art forms put together. So I suspend my belief, and now I'm there. No matter what, if it's the western, if it's the gangster movie,
right,
whatever the fuck, whether it's Scarface,
right,
like the illest movies, or comedy, it doesn't matter. For me to suspend my belief and see these characters, and especially when I can relate, like, oh shit, that's what I would do. That shit's ill, or you know what I mean? Like
right,
that's what I love about music. For me, is like, it's just when a song is written perfectly. I don't care in what genre, where you like, I I'm here. I smell whatever the fuck this nigga talking. Like I can smell it. I can see
right,
this place wherever, whatever they're describing. That's the beauty of music to me. You know, there's the sonics, there's the percussions. Whether it's a reggae record, No Woman, No Cry, Bob Marley. Like, are you there?
right,
Are you there? Like, and those, those to me, I was always striving for that, man. Some records changed my life. You know what I mean? Like, um, and I'm always, we could churn out hit records. People have these formulas of how to make a hit, but there ain't even no soul in that shit.
right,
That shit just becomes like manufactured bullshit.
right,
And I understand that if you train people, because people are pretty much monkeys, you'll train them to like whatever redundancy. If I have enough money, McDonald's is not good, but you know why people go? Because they're trained. We have
right.
more of them. We have more McDonald's. We have more money. We're gonna keep putting them all over the place, and you're gonna fucking buy it because we're gonna put so much money into marketing that your kid's gonna ask you for it. But is it good? It's not. So I mean, what I always try to explain to people is even with music, just because it's popular, they're the McDonald's of music. Them people that you like is trash, probably. A lot of them are trash. They're not
Right.
the gourmet. That shit is not the 5-star shit. That's the everyday trash value meal shit. That's why they give
Right.
you it's heavy rotation of trash. You know.
It was introduced though. That's the part. That's the real essence of why people go to McDonald's. It was
Yeah.
introduced. Your daddy, your mama, your loved one, somebody took you to McDonald's. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They took you to McDonald's. McDonald's didn't used to have the play place. You understand? They put the
Mm-hmm.
play place there to create another situation where you would take your children, and they'll take their
Mm-hmm.
children, and they'll take their children to McDonald's. You understand what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Of course.
And it's not good. But the relationship with the genetic memory is
Right.
this shit was created with that in mind. I need your children's children to come here. I need you to meet your friends here. I
Right.
need all this shit to happen to where this is ritualized and this becomes
Right.
an addiction.
Right.
And we make money off of it. You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
I want you
So
to associate this with fun, which
right.
is why it's the clown. I didn't know Irish people had the, the nigga's name is. I think about small things like that. Why the nigga's name is
Right.
Ronald McDonald.
Ah,
McDonald is super Irish. Did not know
right.
Irish people had the pattern on being clowns. I would have thought mimes were French. So when I
Yeah.
think of clowns, probably a French guy, but this is Irish dude. When I think of McDonald, he had a farm. This nigga, a farmer or a
Yeah.
leprechaun. So I mean, for me, I'm always analyzing, a lot, and it's not over analyzation because I'm not like over paranoid about the shit. But there's a history to everything, and of course,
Right.
that's why they picked the clown because we want your kids to want to come here to associate
Right.
this with fun, so that
Right.
their kids will and their kids is marketing. There's certain the reason why you have seedless grapes, the reason why they airbrush food, why they put a white coating on rice, like to make it visibly attractive to trick you into getting more of it.
Right.
They put chalk on rice. So if you don't buy good rice, it's already bleached rice, which rice is not
Right.
naturally white.
Right.
It's a modified rice. They're taking all the nutrients out of it, but they had trained everybody that white is better. So people didn't want brown rice,
Right.
and it's cheaper to make the shit that ain't got no nutrients in it, and to make it look really white, let's put chalk on it. Let's put makeup
Right.
on your fucking food. And so people don't even
Right.
understand how, how genetically modified and how fucking brainwashed they are. You try to get them something good for them, and they'll tell you you are fucking out of your mind. Give me the poison. I like
Right.
poison.
Right.
I mean, I'll tell you an honest story of how stupid we were. We went to Japan like 2 or 3 times. The first time I ever went to Japan, it was me, Exhibit, Big Boy, Fuzzy, Fantabulous, and like a few more of us. And we were ignorant. We were young and ignorant, and we went to McDonald's every day and didn't eat Japanese food. Like, sushi,
Right.
like real stupid, like no, some real stupid ass American shit. Like a stupid, ignorant ass American that goes to somebody's culture and think my shit
Right.
better. And went to
Right.
McDonald's and we were like, yeah, let's go to McDonald's, bro. And we did that like twice. And it took me a long time to fast forward in life to realize how fucking stupid that was. Putting my perception of what is good over people's cultures that's been there for thousands of years. What an asshole we were. You know what I'm saying? Me included. And I won't speak for anybody else. I was an asshole. You know, it's funny. People, Italian Americans go to Italy and tell them how to do a pizza. They really do.
Mm.
And they like, and then the Italian person has the real Italian, Italian, the Milanese. They have to say, ain't no fucking Alfredo sauce over here. Shut up. That's some American shit. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
like that's the ignorance of especially Americans, man. Like we really they have done a good whack job on our psyche. of not even wanting healthy food, not wanting healthy information. Um,
Right.
you know, and you know, for me, I'm if I could change, if I could be different, I would. If I could make fully stupid, if that's who I was, I would do it, man. Honestly, because sometimes I feel like, what am I doing anyway? But I
Mm.
have to be true to myself, and you know, whatever that journey leads to. And I'm not so necessarily sure that it leads to me not getting all the things I want out of life. And, you know, so but what I can't really do is I can't comfortably conform the way other people would have me. My evolution and my change has to be my natural evolution and my change. And you know, that's what Solo Nights 2 was about. Me analyzing who are you now as opposed to then. And what I really realized is I'm kind of doubling down on every fucking thing I said. I'm like, fuck yeah, he was right. You motherfuckers got dumber. Like, this is crazy. You know, I did it
Mm.
on the Killer Pre shit. What part of the game? I said this 20 years ago. I said because if next week the new fact was hip hop fags, you find a lot of these thug niggas in drag, and it came. Not
True.
because I'm smarter. Not because I'm
Right.
smarter. I just understood that people do whatever it takes to fucking get on.
Right.
They'll sell their soul.
Right.
I saw behind the eyes. They let me see behind the eyes. I'm not that smart. I'm just aware, and I didn't let the eyes fuck me in my asshole. I just didn't. So some of them niggas played the game.
Right.
Do I want that success if that's the outcome? I wasn't interested.
Mm.
Again, I always remind people you have a system that does not want our best interests at heart. We have the power to elect, we don't have the power to select. So most people that are your heroes they were picked to be your heroes by people that don't want your best interest. That's
For
all I
sure.
can say.
Right.
You're not getting too many grassroots heroes. You're getting people that the Academy says, or the Grammy says, or BT. BT's owned by fucking Viacom. That would be like, I mean, honestly, do you think Jewish television would let Palestinians on their TV show, their TV station?
Right.
Come on. You think America would let Russia own? Well, America sell everybody out. They don't give a fuck as long as a few niggas get some money. Bad example, but like, I'm just saying certain groups, whatever. But yeah, so BET, I call it I call it what do I call it? I call that shit an MTV Coon. Once it was sold,
Mm.
they took out they. I allude to this stuff. You know, black entertainment television became controlled by people that don't have our best interest. They took all the fucking. They used to have news shows, Teen Summit. They
Right.
used to have things talking
Right.
about, and then you know what they replaced it with? Southern Coonshine. Whole
Right.
bunch of Southern. They took the Caribbean shit out. They all the
Mm.
reggae, all that. They got rid of everything that was a collective about the Africans of all different descents, whether you Dominicano, Latino, whatever you are, all the Caribbean shit. Got rid of that. Got rid of all the knowledge of self and put trap music. Took all the old R&B out, all the news. So we don't. And then they tell you who your stars are. They ain't my
Mm.
stars. That's your stars. That's who they pick for us. And then our people fall for it. It's the McDonald's syndrome.
Right.
It did
What
good.
you
It must
pay
be
for.
the best. Yeah.
Yeah. That example is, when the cat went in there and wrapped the whole menu for his order. That was it.
Right.
Oh, this shit sells. And so now I'm going to put all of this together. Like, if you go back to like the beef joint where Run DMC would walk this way, you see what I'm saying? Like, that shit was seen as selling out. Now, you ain't shit. It morphed into, if you don't have a commercial,
Right.
you didn't exist. You see what I'm saying? So right after that, if you didn't have some other kind of motherfucking hand in your pocket or hand up your ass, you understand what I'm
Right.
saying? To be a puppet. So it was crazy how Hammer did stuff. that everybody's doing now. You know what I'm saying? Like they, except putting people on because he went broke helping motherfuckers. You understand? Versus like, you know, this shit where you robbing from everybody. You telling everybody to be a dope boy and your son go to summa cum laude college.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So
right.
that's a different kind of fucking thing. You
Fuckery.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know,
you got everybody else on the lead. Right.
And your children don't know what the fuck that is.
Right.
They ain't never been to jail. You understand what I'm saying? Like they don't know nothing about police custody or any of that. So, you know, am I mad at you? A little bit. I'm looking at your handlers. Who sent you to do it? You understand what I'm saying? Who sent you to do it? You know, they ran up on Judas and choked him up in the corner. And then next thing you know, he coming back like, you know what I'm saying? Yo, whoever I kissed won. You see what I'm saying? Like they didn't even know who the fuck they was looking for. You see what I'm saying? So that kind of situation in regards to the game, like that's wild. You see what I'm saying? That's wild, but it's supposed to be. You know, when you have guests and vultures and shit like that, vampires and all that other shit who coming through, they there to suck blood. What else are they supposed to do to you? You see what I'm saying? How we get here? You understand? For the ones who wasn't here, how we get here? You know what I'm saying? Like, so understand that all those things come together, and they make a powder keg. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's what it is. A powder keg ain't supposed to do nothing but explode.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? When detonated, that's the same purpose I see for all of these blood sucking vampiric motherfuckers that's running around. That's what they're supposed to do. You know. So are you going to be a familiar? Or you gonna be Blade out this bitch? You know what I'm saying?
I love it. I love it.
That's yours. That's your shit. That's your. You can get away with that. I can't.
I love it. The familiars. I forgot about the familiars. That's crazy. That's the bar right there. Love it. I just wrote a song. Shout out. I'm speaking this into the universe. High Tech is producing it, but we had kind of laid the vocals. But I was talking culture and then vulture and like defining them and saying this shit. So it's kind of interesting that we're having this conversation because I just recorded this record like a couple of days ago, and High Tech is supposed to be like I did it over a beat, but I didn't love the beat, so I asked High Tech to. She's got to be crazy with me and Master Ace, so. Definitely might need this audio. I might have to put that, some of this audio at the beginning or end of the record.
It's yours. You understand what I'm saying? Master Ace gave me Long Hot Summer. That shit got me through war. You understand what I'm saying? Literally, not metaphorically, like literally combat. You know what I'm saying? Long Hot Summer. No Set Date. Long Hot Summer. Lord Jamal's album. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Heavy Mental got me through like shit, all your shit. Like so it goes just beyond what the intended use was for or the intended demographic. Like I use How to Kill God to bring a motherfucker back from the dead in his head. You understand what I'm saying? Like let's start questioning some shit. Let's start looking at some shit critically because you're gonna die here. If you don't physically die here, you're mentally going to be dead. You understand what I'm saying? So shout out to the grave diggers who taught me how to raise a motherfucker from the dead. You see what I'm saying?
That's right.
Like digging into that mind, and you there with critical questions and analytics, which ain't common no more. Common sense, the shit ain't common no more. It ain't common. Nor is it palatable. You like what? What?
Think.
You see what I'm saying?
Think.
Yeah, right. We can't even remember a motherfucker's phone number now. You see what I'm saying? Like, so
it's bad. I'm guilty as charged too. So it's bad.
We knew everybody's number. We knew everyone's number. So the shift went from everything to nothing, and we claim to have everything now. And you're dealing with a whole bunch of people who can't do anything. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Can't do anything but consume things. They can't produce things. So the producers are like, what do we want to make next for them to consume?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? world catastrophe, end time prophecy. You understand what I'm saying? Like
Right.
let's make this for
Right.
them consume this shit. You see what I'm saying? I was talking to a cat
Right.
earlier, and in the lessons to say, "Can the devil fool a Muslim?" The next line should have been, "Hell, motherfucking yeah." You understand what I'm saying? Because you find yourself in a situation to where you could love the devil because the devil gives you nothing. Why would you love God for the same reason now? This is the mind frame where
Right.
you dealing with. You see what I'm saying? Like you
Right.
God was supposed to deliver you out of the darkness. Now God getting paid off the darkness too. Like, hey, fuck it, man. That's them.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Hence the
Yeah.
population, 85%. You see what I'm saying? That's why it's so
Right.
many. You know, it's not 85% who enlightened, it's 5%. You see what I'm saying? So like
Right.
this is the masses of asses type of shit. Shout out to my brother Black Dot with that push. You see what I'm saying? In regards to they go wherever they sent to go. And they'll kill you
Right.
along the way. They'll kill
Right.
you along the way. That's why motherfuckers like keep that shit to themselves. They're like, oh, we seen public executions happen.
Right.
You see what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
For less, you know, assassinations and house fire bombs and 4 little
Right.
girls going to church. Didn't know that was going to
Right.
be their last service, and the service never happened. You understand what I'm
Right.
saying? So retaliatory acts for what you're doing, for being that, and then you kind of find yourself in a situation locked out to the access that you deserve based
Oh
off
yeah.
of
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
not going.
Yeah. I was told. I was told that my access would be turned off.
Damn.
Don't stop a motherfucker from shooting for it. I want in. Like
Right.
I want what I want. I want what I
Right.
want, but at what cost? There's certain things I'm
Right.
not interested in doing. So
Right.
I don't need 200 million. I don't. But do I think I deserve?
Right.
Fuck that. I'm gonna fight for what I put in equity.
Right.
And I don't believe that I'm a victim. I'm a soldier, and so you got to get out here and fight for what you stand for, and you're gonna end up dying anyway. So you're gonna die for what you stand
Right.
for, or you're gonna die a bitch ass nigga. That's your option.
Right.
You'll die either way.
Right. You gonna be a familiar or you gonna be Blade
Right.
out this bitch?
Blade
You
hunter. Yeah,
understand?
yeah. Oh, exactly. Yeah, I'm rolling with the blade, bro. That's why that was my AKA, Blade Skywalker.
Ooh, shit.
Call me Blade. What was it? Call me Blade Skywalker, hitting jugular veins. Cut.
Yeah.
Wait. Cut your. Call me Blade Skywalker, hitting jugular veins. Break your skull with a paperweight and suck out your brains, kiddo. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, man.
What was the
It's
next
great
line? I
being
think it
here.
was doing my thug Dizzle for shizzle, right
For
on, right
shizzle.
in that
Yeah.
same.
Kiddo, I be doing my thug thizzle for shizzle. And the wife of a careless man is almost a widow.
The widow, yeah, god
Yeah.
damn. That was my shit right there. Yeah, you went nuts with that fucking verse right there. You see what I'm saying?
Thank you.
When I write my
Thank you.
when I write my dopest rhyme, Western
But the
civilization.
civilization declines.
Get
Catch me
the
hopping
fuck
off
out
the
of
A
here.
train in the New York state of mind.
Your state of
But I rep
mind, but I
West
rep West
Coast, so I
Coast,
keep LA
so I
time.
keep LA time. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was my shit.
Feel like I need to bring that shit back. These niggas wasn't ready, bro. These cats ain't
No,
ready, man. But no, we got more, man. I got a lot of work to do, and I'm motivated and excited about the challenges and obstacles and the journey, man. Like honestly, I think things happen for a reason, and and I'm not entirely reactive. I'm out trying to create, you know, honestly build and destroy. So,
that's
I'm
right.
I'm on that. So yeah, it's a good day to get out and go to war and create and and be you know put some honesty and some truth out in the world, man. There's so much bullshit and non-linear, not sensical. We need to get some common sense out of here for real.
Right. So
Yeah, yeah. So
yeah.
I'm just gonna stay true to self, and see where that goes. Worst case is I'll say fuck everybody and move to Costa Rica. That's worst case scenario. Live off the land.
I definitely want to read the book while you're in Costa Rica, though. You see what I'm saying? So hopefully there's a book,
I'm on
there's
it.
something that's
I'm
in your
working
your
on it.
words that tells your story. So I don't got to go to what's that shit, Al Jazeera, and see
Right.
a documentary about Ras Kass. You know what I'm saying? Some little Chinese dude is playing the part of Ras Kass, telling the story.
Telling the story. Nah, nah. The book, the physical, tangible book is something that will always be more important because digital can change. They can change it. Put an X, a O, put another question mark. You write tangible, it's there. I can see if you fucked with the pages, bro. First edition, second edition, whatever. So they can carbon date paper. So I definitely want to document my journey and I'm sure not everything's right, but once again, it's about just being honest. You
Mhm.
know, being fair. Tell the truth, shame the devil. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not, ain't nobody perfect. And that was never my claim to fame. I never claimed I was perfect. That's another guy. That's a brand of another guy. I just said I'm gonna keep it 100. That's the Christos guy that they put that on. Now, the rest of us like just don't be a fucking walking hypocrite all the fucking time. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm striving for. Like don't be a fucking full hypocrite all the fucking time, or
Even that
just a
analogy,
willy.
right? Yeah. Even that analogy is wild. There was like, you want Jesus or Barabbas? There was like, give us Barabbas. They could deal with Barabbas. They couldn't deal with a
Right,
Jesus. You see what I'm
right,
saying? So they
right,
they could deal with these degenerates that's walking around, but they couldn't deal with a Malcolm X. They couldn't deal with a Dr. Khalid
right,
Muhammad. You understand what I'm
right,
saying? So
right,
you know, so what about Jesus? They say, yo, crucify him. You understand what I'm
right,
saying? Because that's easier to do. You see what I'm saying?
right,
Swaying the public opinion. Everybody who you loved and healed and all that shit, they was like, fuck out of here. The motherfucker who was next to you was like, I don't know that nigga. You understand what I'm
right,
saying? You was with him
right,
now, son. I wasn't with Ras Kass when he wrote that shit, son. Like, no.
right. I don't fuck with him. I know he a problem. He a problem. Go ahead, get a mask. I know niggas told me shit like that. But
Yeah.
honestly, no, I gotta make moves.
Word. Appreciate the time.
But let's build again. So we gonna, we can do these every week or two.
I'm here for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for it. And so are the people, you know. Somebody just challenged you to a battle and shit just now. they,
Oh shit.
they ready to
Okay.
see you. They're ready to see
All
you.
right, hit me on the gram, and we'll discuss that. Whoever that is, you're gonna have to provide me with at least, I would say, 100 bars worth of competitive to shit I've written before I will even give you a chance. You're not gonna battle me a new nigga with nothing. So if you got 100 bars of that shit,
Yeah.
even if it's songs, then step into this arena. I've been doing this for fucking 20 plus years, airing niggas out. So
Right.
don't waste my time. If you a new guy, you fucking with an old guy. Don't do that to yourself.
Mm. One last thing I gotta ask, because the MCs in around they'll kill me. Are you doing features? How can somebody get a feature?
Yeah, if you hit Razzie Biz is RASYBIZ at gmail.com. My point person deals with the numbers and the business, so I can deal with the words and the creativity. But we're open to them. If I like the music and the MC and the direction, and And obviously, this is a business. At the end of the day, this is how I feed my family. Rest in peace. Man, shit, what's his name from Miami? The boxing, the Street Fighter.
Kimbo
Damn, I
Slice.
can't. Kimbo Slice, my bread and meat. This is my bread and meat. So rest in peace,
Yeah.
Kimbo Slice. But yeah, this is my bread and meat. So you know what I mean. You know, definitely let's work if if it's serious and obviously preferably son, I ain't holding myself out, and I'm not a I'm not a $300 nigga, so you can just stop there with the insults. So I'm not, you wouldn't ask Rakim or whatever, and I'm not saying I am them, but I am me, and I know I know what
Right.
my worth is. So yeah, if you come with a serious inquiry, then we can build.
Right. All right.
Yo,
So
Knowledge
how can
born.
people reach you
Appreciate you.
otherwise before we bounce? How can people reach you
Oh yeah,
before we bounce?
it's Instagram at RAS_KASS. So on the gram, that's the same thing. Twitter, everything.
All right. Thank you. Looking forward to
Thank
the
you.
next joint. To the next episode.
No doubt. I'm out of here, brother. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Peace.
Salute.